Hello and welcome to the Jayco 27 BHB. Starting right up front, we have a light, just in case you need to hook up at night. Just above it, you have your up and down for your power tongue jack here. Right behind this little tab, if you lift this up, if your power tongue jack ever electrically goes out, you can stick a tool inside here and actually manually override it. Coming to your propane, still a black tab in the back. You can point it to whatever direction you want it to, left or right, and all that does is start to read from the tank that's pointing to. So what I mean by that is right behind it, right here, it's kind of hard to see, but it's red right now. But if you do open these up, they don't have gas in them, but you turn to the left, open it up, that would turn green. That's just reading from this tank once it has a steady flow of propane going through it. So once again, this is pointing to this tank. When I open it up, it's going to read this tank with that little clear piece right there in the back. It'll turn green once you have a steady flow. Coming back here, you have your power cord, which should be connected to your campground or shore power. Battery disconnect, you can turn it off, which cuts all power to the inside of the camper. And then you can take it out. That little metal piece has to line up with, it's kind of hard to see in the dark here, but there's a little divot right in there. Go ahead, put that in and twist it on. Coming back here, you have your fresh tank fill. So what this is a big tank inside of your camper, and when you want to go out to the middle of nowhere and you want to take water with you, go ahead, put a hose into here, fill this up. There will be a reader on the inside that you can gauge how full your tank is getting. But all you gotta do, fill this up, go on vacation, and then once you're there, go ahead and turn on the water pump, which I'll show you on the inside. When you turn that water pump on, it'll take the water from this tank and start to push it through your system so you can have running water while you're out in the middle of nowhere. Just underneath it, you have the drain for it. So if there's ever any leftover water when you're done, go ahead, twist this little nozzle here. Just grab it, twist it, and then it'll start to drain out from that there. You have storage behind here. And just underneath, you have your sewer system. So you have 2 for your gray tank and then 1 for your black tank. So what I do recommend doing is actually doing the black tank first. All you gotta do, pull that open, and then your toilet will then drain here. Your grays are for your sinks and showers and cleaner water, so that's gonna be all your gray water. This is just your dirty stuff, that's why it's called the black tank. Has all your toilet usage in here. Once again, sinks and showers inside here. Going on with the black tank, you have a black tank flush right here. That black tank flush, when you pop this open and then stick a hose inside there, that actually activates a sprinkler inside of the black tank, which then helps drain another time to help get anything that may have gotten stuck on the way out, like toilet paper and whatnot. That just gives it one less little flush before you go ahead and start doing your grays. I do recommend doing the black tank first, just because it's the dirtiest water out of these two. So black tank flush, and then go ahead and do the gray tank. That just gives it one less little flush before you go ahead and put your hands on the hose. Coming to your water heater here, this is your anode rod. Your anode rod is going to take all the beading from your actual tank, so this will deteriorate over time and actually saves your tank from getting eaten by all the hard water. So this is a 1 1/16 socket. You just go ahead, put it right in that hole, tighten it down with your socket. Once it's nice and tight, go to the inside of your camper, turn on the hot side of the faucet. It'll be sputtering for a little bit. That's just all the air getting completely pushed out of your tank here. So once it's done, you are going to, or once you have a steady flow of water, no more air coming out, that's when you're done. Then you can go ahead and turn on the water heater on the inside. To empty it, because water just gets stagnant in here, all you gotta do, pull the pressure release here, you'll hear it hiss. And then once it's done hissing, go ahead and take this, pull it out, and all the water will then drain from that hole. And then to make it go faster, all you gotta do is just keep holding this up, and then the air will then come out. It'll just keep draining faster. Here's that other, or your shore power. So this is what I was telling you about earlier. This is where your cord's gonna go when you go plug into the campground. Just underneath here, cable and satellite input for TV. Right behind here, you have your city water connection. So this is when you go to a campground, once you're all settled in, and you go to put your campground water inside, this is where it's gonna go. So when you get there, plug it in here, and that'll start to push water through your systems. What you're gonna need is actually a water pressure regulator, because if it's not pushing enough water through your system or enough pressure, it can regulate that. And then along with, if there's too much pressure, it can kind of dumb it down for you. It just protects your lines so they don't end up blowing. Here's your outside shower. You have a hot and cold side, and then you have your nozzle right here. You have both your low point drains here, hot and cold side. Going to the back entrance for your stairs here. Flip this one side up, and then flip this other side up and kind of keep pushing in. And then as you push in, they'll slide together just like that. Pull them out to the opposite. Pull, pull, keep pulling, and then it's out like that. Behind here, you have your little outside kitchen area. Your storage in here, mini fridge, and then you have lights to control. This is the back of your fridge if you ever need to access it. This is a TV mount, or an outside TV mount. It's completely up to you if you want to put a TV here. Some people like it, some people don't. The main reason is just because they don't like the idea of the TV flexing this fiberglass behind it, because eventually it'll start to warp. Again, if you do have a TV outside, your cable, satellite input, and then 110 outlets here. This can be for your griddle or for this little stand here. It's just your little J port. Plug it right in there. And here's the LP gas hose for your griddle. Hooks right up into there. This little switch here goes for these lights underneath the stairs. For these stairs, I'm gonna make sure your door is completely open. Then just lift up. Watch this little piece here, because this will actually scrape the side of your door. There we go. Pull that, or you can just push it, just to make sure this is little white piece there is behind the door, so it won't come out. To take them out, just do the opposite. Hold the blue there, pull it, and then walk it down. And now it's fully extended. Make sure this is completely flush with this little metal piece here. Otherwise it will rip off the little furry part. And then the rubber seal to your door when you go to shut it. Come inside here, you have your griddle, and you have this switch here which actually activates the front cap lights. And then this is just gonna be for your stabilizers. Just like that, and then you can go ahead and start cranking. One last thing for the outside is going to be the little, it's hard to see with the light there, it's a little tab right on the top of your awning. If your awning ever electrically goes out, it's the same thing as the front. You can pop that little tab off, insert a tool, and then you can extend or retract your awning there. Coming to the inside of your camper here, you have your entire little electrical piece here. Starting up at the top, you have your tank readers, and then your tanks here. So it's a battery, fresh tank, black tank, and then grays. And then you also have a water heater, electric and gas element. It just all depends on where you are, how hot you want the water. You can turn both on at the same time if you want. but that's all up to you. For the water pump, that's what I talked about earlier. So the water pump, when you turn this on, that takes the water from the fresh tank and starts to push it through your systems. You have your onion light here, and you have your living room lights there, which you can also section off by pressing the little middle piece like that. Those are still on, and you can section them off however you'd like. And then going along with that, you have your slide out, extend, and retract. Just gonna move this in a little bit, then move it out just to show you what the sound sounds like when it fully extends. This sounds scary, but it's normal. When you hear that little grinding noise, you know you're fully extended. Moving just below it, you have your little outlets here. To make this go down, all you do is press that little red button, it'll slide down, and you can click it just like that. To pop it back up, press, and you can raise it. That pops back out, and then you can use your outlets. You have your keys here. So you have your main doors, which are going to be these ones here, and then you have your outside shower and extra baggage doors with the other ones. Just below that, you have your carbon monoxide detector here. So that little green light indicates that it's on, and as a safety feature, this is always running. So going along with that, no matter if you turn your battery disconnect off, anything like that, this will actually run out, or this will actually kill your battery because this never turns off, so your battery will end up running out. So what I recommend doing is, if you're gonna leave this for about 3 to 4 days, just go ahead and take the negative end off of your battery, because that, just to save your battery. Going along one more time, green light indicates that it's on, it's always on. This green light's gonna draw power, so it'll kill your battery. So after like 3 to 4 days, I recommend just taking the negative end off of the battery so this doesn't kill it. Moving into the bedroom. If you grab the little wood piece underneath and you lift up, you have your cable, extra stuff underneath there, but you can also use it for storage. Close it, all you do is pull down. Just like that. Moving up, you have your fan here. You can turn that down and then turn on with the switch here. Move this up or down, I meant, not turn it up or down. Television bracket location here, and then you have your cables and then 110 outlet there. For this, you just lift up, keep going and it'll stay. And then to bring it down, go underneath, just kind of apply pressure, push both of these, this side and that side out, and then you can go ahead and fold it right back down. For your stove and your oven, turn that on. You can press and turn. The gas will start to come out of whatever one it's correlating to. Gas will come out of that one. You go ahead and spark it to the right. Right is always going to be spark. If you turn to the left, it'll actually break off. That's why there's arrows reminding you. Always turn to the right. And that's for all of these. You press, turn. And then for the oven, you press, turn to the little pilot symbol. And then if you see in the very, it's gonna be hard here. There's a little igniter. This is gonna be harder to light, but go ahead, turn that on, and you can sit there and start to spark. And then eventually a little flame will appear, and then go ahead and turn to your desired temperature. Coming to your fridge, you just press down, open up. Here's the inside. Going up, this is gonna be your controls here. You can turn whichever way you'd like. The farthest right is gonna be the coldest, and then farthest left is just gonna be cold. Coming just underneath your fridge, you have your breakers and fuses. Pop that open. Everything's gonna be labeled, just kind of like a house. And then all your fuses are down here. I do recommend bringing extra fuses. Would rather just be safe than sorry, but that's just my opinion. It's all personal opinion when it comes to that. little bit different for the top fan here. You twist similar to all the other ones to raise and lower the actual cover there. To turn it on, you just click here. There's 4 different settings. Turn on the highest one there. Turn off. And then to close it, you just turn to the right. And then once it's closed, you just push up to lock it. To unlock it, pull down, and then you can twist open again. This is going to be your sound system here. Lower the volume, raise the volume. Speaker A is that volume, and then speaker B is going to be that volume. Outside and inside speakers. To do your equalizer, you just press. You can choose between the bass, treble, and whatnot. And then skip along with channels. Different modes like aux, HDMI, Bluetooth, whatever. There we go. And then you can also have your USB HDMI here. Hold to turn off, it'll say goodbye, and then you're good. When your thermostat here, you hold to turn on. Once it's on, you can keep clicking mode. Dry, cool, heat. You can keep it on fan at the moment. Just so I can tap this top button here and control fan speed with it reads right there. It's kind of hard to see on camera. You can see it growing. And then higher the temperature, lower the temperature. And then hold, and now it's off. Coming into your bathroom, which you are actually going to need is toilet solution along with RV grade toilet paper. The toilet paper will help break down easier, and then the solution will help break down solids and smells so it doesn't actually clog your like your sewer system. Come into the bed, you can lift up storage, whatever you want inside there. Coming to the seats, you just pull on this little tab here. Actually kick it open, lean back, and then it'll extend. You have storage in here to close it all up. Sit up and then kick your feet in.